Yo, yo, yiggity, yo. Welcome to the tutorial. No need for pleasantries. Let's jump right into this. First thing we need is some rubber bands. I've got rubber bands of various sizes here, various sizes and colors. You can use whichever you're most comfortable with or whichever is your favorite color. Doesn't matter. I'm going to use this one. First things first, I'm right-handed. So if you're left-handed, just to reverse the actions here. I'm going to refer to my right hand as my dominant hand and my left hand as my offhand. I'm also going to do 2 runs through this just to give you a heads up. I'm going to do the first one just to get everything down and show you how everything works. And then we're going to do another run for some subtleties to clean this thing up and make it not look like crap. Let's get into the setup. We're going to grab the rubber band, both hands, with all the fingers. You're just going to hold it like this. Grab that, stretch it out, all your fingers. No need for the thumbs right now. What we're going to do is we're going to take the dominant hand, splay all the fingers, and we're going to take our offhand with the index and the thumb, and we're going to reach past this top band here. We're going to grab this strand in between the middle and our ring finger of the dominant hand. So pinch that, and you're going to pull it towards these fingertip knuckles here and pinch everything together. Keep those bands together. You've got this little loop over here, and now what we're going to do is we're going to transfer this little loop over to our dominant hand, index and thumb here. So once again, come past this band and grab this. Now what this extra little piece that we have here does is it allows us to achieve the break and the restoration, pretty much the entire trick. So you're going to bring this up to this top band here, and you're going to grab that with the dominant hand as well. So at this point, what it looks like is we've got a complete circuit, but we're going to clean this up even nicer, and we're going to remove the middle finger of our dominant hand, like so. And just let everything go. And now we've got this. And it looks like a nice solid circuit. It looks like we're just holding it, when in actuality, we've got this little nub in here. So now that we're all set up, let's get into the break. We're going to take our offhand here, index and thumb, once again, and we're going to reach inside here, past this band, once again, to this little nub, like this. And we're going to pull it back this way, towards ourselves. Now, in order to hide this extra band over here that we've got, we're going to use our middle finger, and we're just going to take it and pinch it like that. So it hides the band nicely, and now all they can see is this extra one, and whenever we pull it more towards ourselves, it'll snap. And that's the break. So one thing that you'll notice at this point is you've got a little loop here. Doesn't really look like a nub, so we can clean that up nicely simply by just taking the index and thumb of our dominant hand here and twisting it just a little bit and pinching. And now we got a little nub. Awesome. Now we're going to go ahead and get ready for the restoration. All we have to do for that is pull this back here, like so, in the action of displaying the nub. And then we're going to glide the offhand's middle finger here down the thumb as we bring the index and thumb towards the index and thumb of our dominant hand here. So it glides this way and comes over. Now all we have to do for the restoration, since this way it looks like a broken circuit, all we have to do is let go with our middle finger, like that. Nice and simple. Now let's get into some subtleties for this. We've got various problems going on here. One of them has already been addressed. We're going to clean this up nice. Go ahead and get into our setup, which should take you about that long to get ready once you get it down. Make sure our nubs aren't exposed here. Looks good. Nice circuit. We're going to reach in, and here is the first subtlety. If we take this and we break and then we just immediately slide back here, it looks like we're hiding something behind the thumb, in my opinion. It looks like we're gliding along here. It looks suspicious. So how do we rectify this? All we're going to do is add a little bit of pause and some eye contact. Let's get into it. Back over to our break here. We're going to go to break, and what we're going to do is we're going to break a little bit and pause right here. Let this sink in for a second. Don't forget to twist and pinch. Those actions will happen pretty much at the same time, like that. You're going to pause for a second, make eye contact, and then move it forward towards the spectator. So at this point, what we've done is we've created this eye contact, broken it away from here for a second, and then we move it to display to them again. Now comes the second subtlety. As we go to set up this way, what we're going to do is we're just going to create a little bit of space in between the hands, like this. That does two things. One, creates more tension for the restoration, so it can snap super fast. And two, it creates separation from the hands, which just looks better. At this point, all we have to do is take it and let it fly. We're going to pull this out to get rid of the nub, and then you can display it however you see fit. Hand it out, or blast somebody in the eyeball with it. Shazam. And that pretty much covers it. We've got one more thing to go over before we wrap this up and get into the follow-alongs, and that is our angle restrictions. Now, our angles on this thing are about from here all the way over to here. Only problem is, with these angles over here, not all the spectators can see everything that's going on. So my number one suggestion for this, and you'll find this whenever you go to practice into the mirror, is to take the group of people that you're performing for, place them at about 160 degrees, a cone of 160 degrees in front of you, and then turn to the right. Everyone will be able to get a very clear view of what's going on here, and at the same time, you don't have to worry about anyone peeking in and seeing what's actually happening behind the scenes. The only exposed angle we have is this over here. So, cone of about 160 degrees, turn to the right, play ball. Let's get into the walkthrough.